So, my next guest needs no introduction. We're going to do it anyway, though. But as a nod to Paul Bettany in A Knight's Tale, I'm going to whoop it up for her anyway and act as her herald. You saw her take on the one-chip challenge without flinching, and now back to conquer the wings of death and a serious line of inquisition. The goddess of ghost peppers, the princess of picante, the seraphim of spice. Mad Men Marketing's own executive vice president, Gina Stoney.
What an introduction. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay. So I think the way we're going to try it this time, instead of me asking the question first, let's go ahead and sauce up a wing, and then I'll get to the lines of inquiry here. So if you'd help yourself to a nug from Hurricane Wings in San Marco.
Shout out.
And we're going to start with the classic here.
How many should I do? Like 3?
Oh, I don't know.
Just go for it?
I don't know, like an even coating, whatever. I'm not that guy with the rule book.
Okay.
There is no guy with the rule book. Blop, 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 blop. You go ahead and get on the eating there.
Okay.
And I'll join you shortly.
So I'm excited to try this. I don't think I've ever tried the classic before. It's good.
I like the boneless ones. It's cleaner than the last time.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty vinegary.
But I miss the novelty of the bone bucket. Okay, question 1.
Okay.
Let's get right into it.
Let's go for it.
Your upbeat energy and sunny disposition really sets the tone for the energy and the vibe around the office. Does it ever get challenging keeping that mindset? You're never in a bad mood, and your positive attitude definitely affects everyone around you in a good way. Do you even know you have that effect on people? And if so, do you ever have to shoulder the burden of keeping everyone's spirits high, even when you may be having a dismal day?
That's a good question. So my job before this, when I was in college, was working at a restaurant. And one of the main things that we learned was that you leave all of your troubles and all of your worries at the door. You check in and you're there for that. And I was a host, so you're the first person that somebody sees when they enter the door, and you can't just bring on any burden that you have from that day,
Well, I'm glad that you brought your experience from there and transferred that mindset here. So that's something that's noticeable.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't even know if you know how much of an effect you have on that, but you certainly do.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is kind of a long question. It probably feels like a brief answer. Let's move on to wing number 2.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All
Go
right.
ahead and sauce yours up.
Oh my gosh, look
Grab-
at this bottle. That's beautiful with the wax coating.
Oh yeah, very, very maker's mark, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, give me a second.
That's actually from Canada,
Tell us about
Dawson's, and I may have tried this before we got started. I tried number 2 and number 3, if we're being completely honest.
it. Okay.
I was super looking forward to number 3, and I tried number 2 as well. And I'll let you make up your own opinion before I weigh in.
So this is cedar smoked garlic. Sounds good.
I believe it. Ooh, I like the feel. No one ever talks about the feel of that nice wax. Okay.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah, I'm gonna, because I know I like it, I'm gonna lay it on thick. The rundown, the introduction of these sauces, which is season 17.
That's good.
I'm gonna get kind of Spider-Man-y here for a second. With great power comes great responsibility. And with your promotion to EVP, you're the heir apparent to one day ascend the leadership throne here at Mad Men. Can you give us a sneak peek into some of the initiatives that you'd like to push through now that you're first in the line of succession?
Absolutely. So, as you know, one of the initiatives that I'm pushing this year is working with more nonprofits. Something that I'm super excited about. I think it's great for our culture here, but also great for the community. And I'm really excited to just be more involved with these organizations that are doing such amazing things. And I know that at a lot of nonprofits, all of the employees there or volunteers wear many hats. So I'm happy to take a little bit of that burden off their shoulders and just provide any insight or help that we can.
Working with more nonprofits, which is something that we started in the genesis of Mad Men marketing, but we've kind of gotten away from after probably 2010, 2011. I'm glad we're coming back kind of full circle to start that up again. Do you see yourself trying to like initiate any kind of championing any causes or getting behind any kind of initiatives in terms of like, for example, like She Matters, I thought was a brilliant one back in the day. I know we had a creative competition years ago when we were in the San Marco office where I think you were the winner of like a creative contest that saw a bunch of brilliant ideas come out of the woodwork.
Yes, thank you, actually. So, yeah, what did I come up with? We basically took either Mad Men as a client or potential clients or any of our current clients at the time and just came up with creative ideas or ways to just spread the word or, you know, market them better. And one of the coolest ones actually that I think I did, which I think would be so fun, is having an insane party for Mad Men and basically branding, like having a several room event space where each room is completely differently branded, whether it's based on the client or based on, you know, the feel that you want to elicit. And we could do like drinks, like specialty cocktails based on each room, and just basically, one, spread the word about the clients that we have, but two, just show what we've got. And
Kind of like a thematic sensory overload kind of vibe in like an event space. Okay.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that helped me like bring me to the next level in that competition, and I still think that that was an awesome idea.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully in years to come we can see that, you know, get executed and, you know, make some headlines here in Jacksonville and beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wing number 3. This is the sauce that I was looking forward to the most.
Okay, this one's not spicy at all. Is that just me? It's almost refreshing.
It went in the mouth with a peppery flavor, but like not the heat that would normally be associated with that, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I'm feeling it a little now.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like compounded interest, you know, each thing just adds to the next.
It's true.
Just like these questions.
Hey.
All right, let's take a break from the serious business talk. Talk about some of the more fun stuff.
Okay.
You're a big fan of concerts and events. What is your favorite event, musical or otherwise, and why?
Okay. Hands down, my favorite is Hulaween in Swanee, or it's actually in Live Oak, Florida. Spirit of the Swanee
Home of the
Music
Busy
Park.
Bee.
Oh my God, yes. Let me tell you about the Busy Bee really quick. It's my favorite gas station. When on your way in or out, it's just clean bathrooms, tons of snacks. Anything that you forgot on your way to Hulaween, you will find.
Is that
there.
like kind of like the point of no return? Once you pass the Busy Bee, like you're not getting additional supplies, you're in it for the long haul.
Pretty much. I mean, there's like a little general store that you can get some stuff, but it's basically where you meet all your friends and then you drive in together. But anyways, Hulaween, the second I drive in, I'm just like, a weight is lifted. I'm just chilling in like party mode and just get to see tons of amazing performances. There's art, there's, you know, just all your friends are there, or all my friends are there.
Okay.
And
So it's like Bonnaroo with a costume party?
yeah, it's like Bonnaroo but with trees because it's in this beautiful park.
Okay.
Bonnaroo, when you camp there, it's like a big open field, so it gets really hot because it's in the mid of summer. So.
And this is Halloween time, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like cold. Like this past year, it was
But like Florida
freezing.
cold.
Yeah, but it was pretty cold this year.
Now, do you rough it when you're there? Like you just like tent and throw in an air mattress, or you like glamp a little bit and like bring an AC unit, like phone charger, or are you like 100% off the grid doing the Swiss Family Robinson thing?
So I definitely don't use my phone very much. Half the time I just lock it in my car because you're just kind of in crowds and in and out, and I just try to, you know, disconnect a little bit. But I don't have an RV or anything, but I do have a queen size like double air mattress. This year I actually upgraded my tent to what we call the Taj Mahal, and it's giant. It's the size of like, I think it's for 10 people, but it's
How many
just-
people stay in the 10 people tent?
This year was 3,
Okay.
but usually it would just be me and my boyfriend. But I also, one of the funniest upgrades that I think is just a game changer that I got is one of those little plastic 3-drawer little drawer sets.
Like the nightstand, like the Yafo block thing?
And we used it as a nightstand, and I'm just like, somewhere to set your stuff when you're in the tent, like, is just, you don't understand how valuable that is. I do have a charger and, you know, lots of flashlights, so it's like upscale roughing it. Maybe not even
You
upscale.
keep like a cooler outside the tent or anything like
Yeah,
that?
we've got coolers and ice.
For your
and,
Bartles and James and your Trulies and
yeah,
things
so
of that nature?
we keep it comfortable.
Okay, wow. Okay, are you ready for wing number 4?
Let's go.
In complete honesty, this is the one I've been dreading of this entire lineup, more than number 9, more than number 10. And despite how cool the label is with like this blue phoenix looking bird on it, it has cantaloupe in it. And if you know anything about me, I hate fruit so much.
Cantaloupe and Scotch bonnet hot sauce. Okay, let's go for it. I mean, the color makes me think that it's not that scary, but
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the heat.
okay, you just don't like.
I'm anxious to see. Oh God, put so much on.
That was a lot.
I hope it's delicious. I really do. Okay, little nugget.
You went with the smallest one. It does have a hint of sweetness to it.
Engaging your reaction first.
Okay,
It's okay. Should I smell it or just go?
just go. I actually kind of like it.
Okay. This may be the longest question I have on here.
Oh.
And one that may get me in trouble. We'll find out here in a second. You have a very unique sense of fashion and style, whether it's getting dressed up to satisfy a particular theme for Hulaween or everyday attire in the office. Look, she's dressed very well right now. You always seem to straddle the line of professionalism and avant-garde. How do you know which boundaries to push and when to stay inside the lines? Admittedly, this is where it could get gray here for Ryan.
Let's hear it.
The first meeting we had at a client's office, when you went with the 2-color hair, I was sweating bullets because I didn't know how it'd be perceived, and I'm pretty old school in terms of my fashion sensibilities. That's why you notice I don't have any knuckle tattoos or anything like here on the neck. This is because my dress code and style are pretty 1980. So, where's the question there? Yeah, how do you know when to push the boundaries and when to stay into the line?
Sure. So I actually have a full clothing rack. Well, side note, I live in Riverside. Our closets are very small. So the one in our bedroom is very small. So I have a clothing rack also that is just for my work clothes. And I just kind of try to keep it pretty classically professional. I went to school for business and advertising, so we were taught about, and I also was in PRSSA, the Public Relations Student Society of America.
Oh.
So, but the meetings that I went to, you know, they taught you how to build a resume, like what business casual is, you know, things like that, what business professional is. So I kind of try to follow those guidelines, but like make it me, make it Gina.
So don't like meet the criteria, but don't lose your individuality doing it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I think that there are so many clothing companies now who really understand what like the modern day professional person is. So there are so many options out there, and it's just kind of finding things
Yeah.
that fit your style.
So I guess something on the men's side of things that I've seen lately, even with like lawyers and things of that, where they're always wearing a sport coat, paired a lot more with jeans these days, albeit, you know, they're probably $200 jeans, but that's something, you know, years ago would be unheard of. You know, you were, not only you couldn't just wear slacks with your sport coat, you know, your slacks were suited up, they matched your top half. So
Right.
it's interesting to see it go that way, and I think we're probably better off for it.
I agree. And I think that living in Florida has a lot to do with that, because the weather, I mean, we just can't be fully suited up all the time.
Yeah.
So you'll see men's shirts more unbuttoned, or even sometimes like short suits, which are a thing now, I guess. So, yeah.
Okay. we are gonna be halfway through this, and it's building.
I agree. The last one was spicier than I expected.
Also, I think these are, the colder these, the more room temp these get, the crunchier they're getting. Is that happening with you too?
Yes, my plastic fork is having a hard time getting through some of them.
Okay, so for this particular season, we're away from we had Los Calientes Verde last time, and this time we're back to the Rojo, which apparently a lot of people like.
Yeah, I prefer Rojo over Verde. Typically.
There's a pretty liberal pouring on there.
Same.
I hope I like it.
I soaked this. It's not like,
It's an easy one.
it's not very spicy up front.
And to me, there's not even like a lot of flavor. Like it's there, but it doesn't last. For me anyway, I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, there it is, and then it's gone.
Agreed.
Okay. So the question associated with this one. Ron Swanson once famously said, clear alcohol was for rich women on diets. As someone who's no stranger to a vodka soda with a twist of lime, can you defend those who love drinks made with vodka, gin, or tequila from that statement?
Absolutely. I mean, they're so versatile, first of all. The vodka soda, number one, gets you hydrated while it gets you dehydrated. It's basically it's basically decaf coffee.
Okay.
It's a perfect medium.
What's the difference between soda and tonic? Is tonic just a pretentious way to say soda?
No, I actually have a story for you on that.
Okay.
This one time I went to a bar and I was maybe newly 21, and I knew I liked a vodka soda, but I've heard vodka tonic so often that I asked for a vodka tonic thinking it was the same thing. And he handed it to me and I drank it and I'm like, this is not soda water. And I kept telling him, this is Sprite. And he's like, no, I hit the tonic button. And I'm like, no, it's definitely Sprite.
So does it have a sweeter taste?
It tastes a little sweeter. He gave me another one. Same thing. I'm like, this is definitely Sprite. Turns out I'm the asshole because didn't know the difference.
Sure.
And that I was trying to ask for soda water and it was actually tonic, which is, it's just a little bit sweeter, I think.
Do you prefer the more bitter soda then?
Yeah, soda water is literally just water with bubbles and
Okay.
I'm not a big sweets person, so.
Now, do you ever dress up and say, hey, I want like Perrier in there instead of like your off the rack,
Well water.
yeah, whatever that is there.
No, if I really want to like spice things up, I'll put a little bit of I'll put a little. I'll ask for a little cranberry juice in it. But
Oh, okay, look out.
yeah.
Okay, we're on top of the mountain. We're looking, maybe we're at the bottom. I don't know. We're at the hard part of the mountain, whichever way we're there. We're probably in the valley looking up at the mountain. Mm-hmm. But this is one I've been wanting to try. Queen Majesty, who I've not heard of. Cocoa Ghost. So is it chocolatey?
This is the one that I really want to try too, just because I love the packaging. I think it's so cute.
Is there a tiger on there?
There is. There's a tiger. There's some plants. Like, beautiful.
If this is like any other one of these I've done, after this one, I'm gonna start grabbing some of this.
Okay. It is definitely brown like chocolate. I will say that.
Oh, Ronnie, I feel like we've been doing heavy pours. Do we need to like scale back on these?
No, let's go full force.
Between this season and last season, we're really lucking out on number 6s. That is good.
It is good. I'm feeling the spice coming on though. But I don't get a lot of chocolate.
No lack of flavor though. You taste something in there. I almost thought it was like coconut or lime or something like that. Okay. Unlike many of your coworkers that live near the town center or the beaches, you prefer the trendy vibe of Riverside. What is it about this slice of Jacksonville that makes you a staunch advocate for the unique and historic part of town?
I just love Riverside. I think it's very like progressive. There's a lot of fantastic restaurants and bars. There's always something to do. We're close to downtown, which there's a lot of live music out here. Oof, I'm feeling it now. But yeah, there's just a lot going on at all times. A lot of my friends live over here, but
It's definitely a craft cocktail and foodie paradise. Mm-hmm. Do you ever find yourself taking advantage of that?
oh, definitely. Anytime there's a new restaurant or bar, I'll definitely go check it out. I've probably been to every taco place in Riverside, which is a lot. They keep opening them, but I'll definitely like make it my point to go try them. But I also like that it's kind of different segments. Feeling it. There's Murray Hill, there's Riverside, there's Avondale where I live, there's what else? Downtown. Like everything's kind of close by, but there's all these different little pockets.
If I've ever been to Murray Hill, I don't know about it. I know there was a craft brewery there called like Fishwire or something like that I wanted to go to back in the day. But I don't know where Murray Hill starts and stops. So I don't know if I've ever been there or how to get there or what.
I feel like lately I've been thinking about like would I like living at the beach, you know? Because I do enjoy every time I go out there and it's different, but I do see Riverside as home and I really enjoy it.
Do you think it's sometimes hard to get people to come out to you? Do you find you have to go to them more often than not?
It really depends. Most of my friends are in my area, but I do have those special few that I'll make the trip out over the ditch for, so.
All right, 1 through 6 down, 7, 8, 9, 10 staring us in the face. First up, 13 Angry Scorpions. From the land down under, barbecue style, Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, so this is where I'm gonna start initiating some light pours.
No, Ryan, you have to do full pour.
Okay.
All right, y'all, wish me luck.
I'm not gonna stab this, I'm just gonna pick it up at this point.
I feel the heat on that one.
So far it tastes like McDonald's barbecue sauce.
It kind of does, right? I knew it tasted like a little bit sweet.
Like it's smoky. Mm-hmm. Let's move forward before it bites me in the ass.
Okay.
You have a famous hugging technique. It's unique to only you. I've never seen it before in my life. What was the genesis of this maneuver and why is it a thing?
So it's called the Get Me, and it's basically when you really need a hug, but you don't want to hug back. Like, you just need to be fully encompassed and just loved, and so I just do this and let someone get me, and that's it. And it's so nice, and I encourage everyone to try it. It feels so good. It's kind of selfish because I don't want to give the hug. I just want to be hugged.
It was adorable at the same time because it also seemed like, if you interpret it wrong, you're like, is she frightened to also receive the hug? Like, you don't really know what's going on. Man, come on with this.
It's spicy, huh?
Mmm.
That one was pretty bad.
It's making my tongue vibrate, and I'm not a fan.
It's just on the tongue. It's a little on the roof of my mouth.
Okay.
All right.
Time to flip over the paper.
Let's go.
And you know where we're at right now. This is where the bass note drops. This is the bomb, and it's evolved somehow. I don't know what the evolution is, but it can't be good.
It has evolved somehow. It doesn't really say. Oh, do you want me to read the back?
Yeah, sure. Let's read the back.
The Red Hot Chilies have evolved, and sauce design has changed in tandem. After traveling beyond insanity, we've returned to ground zero and found the final answer. This is our evolution. A more sophisticated bomb. Brutal heat from some of the hottest peppers known to man.
Great.
Ryan said great.
I love the words brutal and sophistication going hand in hand. You're going to regret that pour.
A lot came out. It's not thick, so just be careful with that. You're probably more familiar with it.
You have a gallon of milk over there you may want to make use of.
Yeah, let me go ahead and...
All right, you're sauced up, I'm sauced up. Let's get crazy.
Rock and roll.
You also seem to be notoriously absent from the whole sports scene, like all of it, at any level, playing it, watching it, etc. What's the reason you never got into sports?
It really just doesn't interest me too much. I guess I've never really gotten too into a team. It's never really resonated with me. I grew up a Gators fan. My dad is really into Gators.
What sports do your parents like then?
Yeah. Fuck. Oh my god, wait.
No, let's drag this question about how much your dad loves the Marlins. It's gonna be a good time. You're gonna love it. We'll reminisce.
My dad loves the Gators. So I grew up like, go Gators, whatever. The Marlins, I just love their stadium. You know, just easy to go to, air conditioned. It feels nice to be a part of something, like when I go to the games and stuff, but I'm more about like the camaraderie than I am about the actual like sports.
Look at that. Oh, I guess we're gonna move on.
That's all I have to say. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. All right. Do it up with extra mean green over there, which apparently is gonna be like the spiciest verde known to man. Brought to us by Smokin' Ed Curry, inventor of the Last Dab sauce.
Oh, great.
God, come on. Why?
Right? It doesn't stop.
It's like
It doesn't stop.
on the gums by the teeth. Mm. Okay. You know that a Gina interview wouldn't be complete if I didn't give you the opportunity to gush about your favorite Flavortown man crush, Guy Fieri. What's so appealing to you about him? And why do you think he stood the test of time? And bonus question, do you know what's in donkey sauce?
Okay. Let me tell you about my man, Guy Fieri. First of all, not only is he super cool and funny, but he's just like such a good person. Like he literally like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. The whole premise of that show is just going to these local restaurants and trying their food and telling them how great it is. And then their like profits go up by like how much? So much. So it's literally, he's not one of those like food show people. Oh my god, I feel like my teeth are burning. He's not one of those like food show people that like just goes and they're like, oh, you need to do this, or you need to change this, you need to improve this. Like he just goes and he just genuinely tells them like, this food is amazing, and there's a show about it, which is like going back to like question number 2. Like I'm all about positivity and like, you know, everything like that. So I just love that about him. And then on top of that, you know, he got ordained so he could marry his sister who is gay. So,
I know that. That's awesome.
I think that's beautiful too. And I just feel like also his show, Guy's Grocery Game, Triple G, he literally just lets people cook and then gives them money. Like it's just like everything that he does is on the premise of like positivity and like being helpful and, you know, giving people the opportunity to move forward when they maybe wouldn't have otherwise. I'm feeling better now.
I'm not. I'm dying in here.
Like I didn't know. Like it's my gums right now. Like.
So yeah, you're right. He does spew a lot of positivity. I've never seen him, and he probably feels this way sometimes. Like, hey, I wouldn't have done that, or man, that's awful, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. One thing I'm not going to let him slide on is sometimes he thinks he's very clever in Guys Grocery Games.
Yes.
He'll count down from 3, 2, 1. Sometimes he'll say things in sentences to where the contestants won't catch on. And then he'll say go, but it'll be part of a sentence, and they'll just stand there.
I know. But it's so funny because the judges will be like, go! Like, they'll be hoping that, you know. And those, like, I feel like even in those seconds, like, whoever wins, like, he's always helping the winner find those last items. Like, you know, he wants to give them money, basically. And he just kind of, you know, he'll be like, this is a specific item, and he'll be like, they're looking for it in the aisle. And he'll kind of guide them or whatever. Like, you know, he's not
He does, yeah.
screw anyone over or whatever.
Now that he has like
King of Flavortown.
Now that he has like his own little version of Zaxby's with his Chicken Guy franchise, which will probably come to Jacksonville before too long. It's already in Orlando. And Winter Garden. Do you think any of these sauces could make the cut?
I feel like maybe anything in the first half. I feel like the other half is just dangerous because it is just getting worse. I will say, number 9 was like a refreshing taste after.
Number 9.
I was looking for it. It was like the bomb. It's what everyone says. It's miserable. And I also did pour heavy on that one, but we're down to number 10. I can't believe it.
It's time for the last dab.
Woo.
You ready?
Let's go for it.
Let's climb that last extra inch. Go ahead and dab yours up. I'll dab mine up and
Crusty.
sit here and pretend that I love electrolytes this much.
And go to a clean side of my plate. Or I just kind of go for
Do you
it.
mind, like, when they do this on TV, they're like tossed and they add a dab, so I put it on like regular stuff.
Now I have tried this one in the past.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now try and get this question out, I swear.
Let's go.
A lot of the people you work with watch a lot of the same shows and then bounce reactions, insights, and theories off of each other the next day. You haven't watched a lot of the movies that people your age have seen. What were you doing when other kids were at home watching these films that trigger nostalgia and humor within your peer group? And are you taking any steps to stay current on the more successful film franchises so you don't end up in film discussion limbo?
That's actually a really funny question. I've just never been a big movie watcher.
What are you doing instead?
I watch a lot of TV instead.
Oh, okay.
So like I can't keep up on like most of the TV things, but I think that like committing myself to over an hour of, you know, like I know it's gonna be this little roller coaster that I'm gonna go on. I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me as much, even though I'll like have the TV on and be watching, you know, up to 2 hours of shows or whatever. It's not really the time. It's just a commitment to that time, I think, in the beginning. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing to keep up with that.
Has anything like of the things that are out there that people discuss within the office, what's the most likely thing you attach yourself to? Would it be like Marvel or like The Boys, or what would it be?
Yeah, none of the superhero things, none of the sports things, but I would say probably like The Office is definitely my favorite show in the entire world, and I've seen it a million times, and it's something that just gets funnier each time I watch it. Other shows that I watch regularly would be like Always Sunny, Trailer Park Boys, what else? Bob's Burgers is a go-to. Just like mostly comedy, anything funny. Always here for that.
This is going to be more for my benefit than yours, but hey, look, you've conquered Spice Mountain. So, in light of that fact, there's nothing to do but roll out the metaphorical red carpet for you, my friend Gina Stoney. Take a gander at that camera straight ahead of me, or that one by you, or perhaps the one splitting the center of the table. Tell everyone out there what you got going on.
Like in general?
Maybe you want to say, hey, follow me on Instagram or Mad Men Marketing, or maybe you have a cat that you're a fan of. I don't know.
Hey everybody, it's me. I guess I would just say thanks for watching, and definitely follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and for more of this content, you know, smash that like and subscribe.